good morning and welcome to today's webcast from connection to conversion, driving revenue with My Elite. Today we're going to be diving into the crucial question for parks and marinas. Are you turning every guest interaction into a revenue opportunity? Lisa, it's great to have you back with us today. We're going to be exploring how My Elite can help operators maximize their revenue, whether it's through their holiday homeowners, their berth holders, members, activity bookers, or those all-important holiday makers. How's everything going your end, Lisa?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for having me back. And I'm very much looking forward to talking about My Elite, obviously, and how it's helping engage with a variety of guests and drive that revenue forward in a natural way that doesn't feel forced.
Absolutely. And slightly different format, I think, for today, for anyone that's joining us. We've spent a lot of time with My Elite looking at all its functionality, all its features, all the benefits that you've got. And today we're purely going to be looking at it from a sort of revenue generating perspective. So slightly different format, but hopefully we can get you all that really good information that you're looking for. So whether it's a guest booking activity, a member renewing their membership, or those berth holders upgrading their services, My Elite is designed to turn every interaction into an opportunity. What you do with it is up to you. Now, before we go and get ourselves all excited about the app, because me and Lisa absolutely love My Elite, just remember, if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask us, you can use that Q&A functionality at the top of your Teams call to submit them. Or if you wish to join us live on the webcast and have a little bit of a chat with us, you can do so just by raising your hand there for us. Just remember, if you do decide to join us, that you are consenting to your camera and you might be recorded. But please don't let that put you off. We would never do anything to embarrass anybody as we're going through. So, Lisa, let's kick things off with the first stage of a booking journey. So obviously bookers are big business for parks and for marinas. So how can operators use My Elite right from the start to increase that revenue? What are the key upsell opportunities that you see that operators are actually missing at that stage? I think it's probably a good place to start.
Yeah, okay. So the booking stage is hugely important and it's a massive opportunity to increase revenue. And using My Elite makes that really easy for operators to capitalize on this. So, for example, when a guest first books, offers can be sent, upselling opportunities like premium welcome bundles, your early check-ins. The sky's your limit. Whatever you want to add there, you can, and it's there and it's ready for them to see as soon as you've published it and made it so. This can easily add extra revenue per booking, so without you even having to do anything really except one little tiny piece of work.
Just having it there.
Yeah, exactly. I see operators miss this and promoting add-on services such as activity bookings, or equipment hire rental, anything like that, again, at the time of the booking. And if we're looking to make sure F&B are well supported, or even just putting it out there, planting the seed, given that information, you can add breakfast or meal plans, or you can eat. It's just even having the menu there. It just plants that seed. It's all working as one ecosystem essentially. And My Elite can really make these services available directly within the app. From their initial reservation, even from when they're registered as well, because it's there, they're in there. You've got that constant connection with them right the way until they arrive. Once they're there, and more to
Do you think
upsell,
there's
really get that.
Do you think there's a bit of I would say discombobulation, but I don't think that's the right word. So we're obviously we're talking about like activities are being really crucial, and we're not sort of upselling them or pre-selling them in the best way. Do you think there's a bit of a do you always think there's a bit of a split between the activity team and the reservation team? It's not that joined up thinking actually for RevGen as a business potentially. I mean, I've seen it myself. They're talking
Oh
from my
yeah.
own experience that they're not talking to each other. They're sort of working in isolation. When in fact, that journey needs to come from everybody. Everybody should be sort of pushing that journey along.
I think so, absolutely. I mean, we've all been there. I've worked on holiday parks, you have. You know that everybody tends to stay in their own lane because everybody is really busy. That's
Mhm.
probably a big part of it. Everybody's so busy in their own lane. They're not thinking, actually, I could potentially swim in. Why don't I upsell this to the guests when they're making their booking. You don't think that there maybe isn't enough time. And I think also it might not even be that you don't want to be seen to be pushing, I believe, all the time, pushing down somebody, like, do this, do this, do this. It's a very nice way to deliver that information without being too invasive. I feel personally, like,
I'm
you know
100%
yourself.
agreement. I'm just thinking, because what you
How
don't want to
cringy when
do.
you're in the booking team though, and you're having to do a script, because I've been there, and you think, I don't want to do this. I just want to sell you your holiday.
I was going to go one step further. You know, when you go to the coffee shop and you go up to the till and they're like, "Do you want this?" And you're like, "Hey, I've got all my stuff. Just want my coffee." And they're like, "Okay, would you like to add a bun on for £2.50?"
Yeah, for an
Do you want
extra pound. Yeah.
It's Addis McCall does it, isn't it? Do you want a bar of chocolate, bottle of water, £2?
Yeah, but you just want that information to be available, but you also don't want, they might want to think about it. They may want to go away and explore your website, and you can add a link there, and then it's more natural, it's more organic.
Well, that's it, because if
And
we
I
don't
do
know it
think that
exists,
helps.
and I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. If we don't know it exists, we're not going to buy it. But
Yes.
I'm a big, maybe I'm just a sucker for a consumer marketing. But like, if I've got my basket open for anything, they're going, bought this, bought this, bought this. Go to check it, and it goes, oh, what about this? And I go, oh, do you know what? Actually, I do want to spend an extra 50 quid that I don't have. I will
Yeah.
invest because I've seen it and it's there. Yes, I think making those available and doing that, and that little natural upsells is the way in. So now that the guest is here, how can My Elite help the operators continue generating revenue? So we've done all the pre-sale, the upsell before they get there. What happens when they're there? What are some of the most effective features for upselling and engaging guests? Because what you might find, and I think this is more of an issue with premium accommodations, is they've paid a lot of money to be there, and what they'll do is potentially lock themselves away. I think I've seen it a lot with high-end lodges. They paid £2,000-3,000 to be there for a week, and actually they're going to make full use of it. So how do we get them out of the accommodation to make purchases, get them down into the venues, getting the full experience without being all up in their faces and about and generating that revenue for them?
Yeah, so absolutely. While they're sitting in their hot tubs, drinking their prosecco or whatever, that's exactly what happens. But when a guest arrives, My Elite, obviously provided on your setup, will allow you to engage them in real-time upsells. So it'll allow you to keep that engagement going, and without feeling invasive. It's not a welcome pack that maybe just gets left on the side and it's just never looked at again. It's not you phoning
Covered in
actively.
dust from the last guest.
Yeah. So, for instance, you can send notifications about exclusive activities or dining options available on site. You can entice them. You can make that, sound nice, like sound like they really want to actually get dressed up and maybe go out and have something for dinner tonight. Imagine your F&B manager looking around the restaurant and thinking, oh no, it's really quiet. Let's get a notification out. Let's go and speak to somebody. Let's get that out and get them excited about what's happening. And it's as quick as that. That's exactly what is great about My Elite. You're not having to wait for somebody else in the tech department or whoever. Anybody can create that and push it out. It's as simple and as easy as that once they've had a bit of training. One key opportunity is to promote the activities, making full use of everything that they have to offer on site as well. Tours, classes, I've said it, hire equipment through the app. Excuse me, you can also offer in-app promotions. So like something that's only available through My Elite makes them feel like they're getting something special through the app, like a wee discount, a rebook for their next stay. And if they use that My Elite app, then they're getting that little discount. Simple things that sometimes, if we have been sitting in the hot tub and had too much prosecco, would be quite handy is that late checkout, offering a late checkout. If right, I've checked my arrivals for tomorrow, I can offer them a late checkout. You've got that option there and they can pick up on it. And it's like, it can either be a push notification or even when they log into that app, which hopefully you've created enough engagement that they are looking all the time and thinking, oh, I wonder what's happening right now. They'll see it. You've got the money. Boom. You bet a little bit of revenue.
You've got the money. Lisa's out there with that wee guy with a bag, swag bag.
But it makes it all joking aside, it makes it easy just to say yes, because it is just a touch of a button.
Maybe too easy for people like me, actually. But for businesses, fantastic.
Yeah,
They can actually go. So those real-time offers are really making a big difference. You're not just waiting for the guest to ask for services. They're seeing tailored offers that sort of enhance their state, and effectively they're going to boost the bottom line at the end. So I think that brings us. Sorry, that brings us quite nicely to the guest types that are on offer, and the fact that generic marketing isn't winning for anyone. Um, you hate it when you get it. It doesn't feel special. It looks like you've just had a marketing blast that doesn't not talking to you, not talking to your customer. It's just not the one. I mean, look how if you look how carefully created your TikTok for you page is, that people are looking for that hyper personalization. How can we, and I'm not suggesting that it's as far as an FYP page where people are doing dancing and that kind of thing, but how can
bad.
we sort of achieve that? I know. Maybe in the future, who knows? Put it on the roadmap. How can we sort of achieve that level or a level of personalization, I think, to start with for our customer using the app?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Customers, everybody doesn't want that kind of generic information. They don't want to wait. They want something that feels personal, because we're all so used to that now, and we
Mhm.
don't even realize, I think. So each customer type accessing the app can have that. You can build a unique experience. So if we
Yeah.
start at a top level, the business has its own unique branding and messaging. So when
Mhm.
you log into the app, that's what you see. You see the top level. But then we can break this down into individual sites, so individual parks, individual marinas. They can have their own branding, look, details. So, for example, we'll go down the marina side. So, a yacht club member in Antigua will see a different set of options and information to a charter guest in Portsmouth, because that's the right thing to do. That you don't want them to feel that they're seeing something that isn't right for them, that you haven't thought about them, and you can
Yeah.
handle that in My Elite. But they're both owned by the same business. They're both being handled by the app. It's just you've created that particular type of brand and channel for that particular site.
Mhm.
Um, any offers, articles, announcements can also be segmented down, which is really important. And I think that
Yeah.
really is a key selling point and feature for My Elite. We have what's called channels. You can
Mhm.
then set a channel to your customers and guests for bookings, memberships, people who've booked activities, owners. So you really are, you know, a person coming to stay with you doesn't want to see that they can get 10% off their site fees if they pay by, whenever, but they do want to see what's on that weekend. And if you book through the app, you're going to get 10%, because we really want you to come in and spend money in the restaurant, and we want to see you, we want to entice you in. So I do, you can tell I'm getting a bit excited about this. It's my favorite part. I think it's a real key feature that the sky's the limit to use it. As you, it's your imagination, it's within your hands. And I think that's really important. All of that we've just discussed,
Mhm.
as a business, you can handle by yourself after we have had, the initial hour where we show you how it works. It's as simple as that. You can create it, you can unpublish it, publish it, keep it going all weekend. And it's real time. So as soon as you've added it, it's out there. So yeah, I like it a lot, as you
And
can tell.
when we're talking about it being real time, it is really real time. I know that both me and you
Absolutely.
have spent time setting up these apps and bringing them down, because we're obviously testing and getting things ready for taking them to like trade shows and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
you're getting it to look the way that you want it to look, and you literally make the change in Elite Parks or Elite Marinas, close your app,
Yep.
reopen it, and it's
Yep.
completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how fast it is. So,
And even on that, it's probably important that, yes, we can get the information out there, but if that, we have made a little boo-boo, removing
mhm.
that information is just as easy. You can just take it away and it's gone. But yeah, that's a real key feature again that makes that customer feel like you're thinking about them, that you're with them on their journey and you care.
Yes. about their money.
You don't have to say that.
I know, but we're here to talk about RevGen. So, but we have spent a fair bit of time talking about our holiday bookers. But as we've just mentioned, the app can be used for lots of different customer types. And I just want to take a minute to talk about memberships within the app. And if you would indulge me just a little bit, I want to take a focus actually on yacht club members and how the app could help over for yacht clubs.
Yeah, of course. So My Elite helps operators leverage exclusivity by driving revenue by offering special member only content like we've just discussed. So members only access, members only promotions, time sensitive promotions. For example, operators can create exclusive offers for their higher membership tiers. Maybe you have VIP event access or exclusive experiences. The key is to highlight, I think, what members would miss out on if they don't upgrade. It's that FOMO. We all don't like that, and you can create that within the app. You can really work on that. You've got your real-time notifications, so it ensures that members are always aware of these limited offers, such as special promotions for premium spaces or access to a high demand event, maybe in a yacht club, a muster or something like that. I've just lost my total train of thought there. Sorry. Yeah, so you've got your events that you could promote to, and the notifications keep it in the top of the mind, making it exclusive but not urgent. And also, a point on that is, even if, like me, I do it all the time, I turn off notifications for everything. But once that member opens the app, because you have either marked it as promoted or whatever, it's right there. It's a little banner at the top, so they're never losing it. They don't have to go finding that information. You're still getting the message out there, even if you're not pinging off a notification, or even if they're not receiving it, the information is still there for them.
And I know we've specifically focused that on a yacht club. That's just because I wish I could go and be a yacht club member.
Wishing. Yeah.
I just really wish. But that sort of outlay can apply to any type of membership. Your golf, spa members, fishing.
Yeah, anything.
You only get to the premium pond if you're on this tier. You're not going to get the big fish. That's how. I don't know a lot about fishing either.
that is exactly it. That is the idea of it. You could apply that to anything, and again, it's all within your hands. It's all your imagination. It's all can work with your marketing and targeting strategy. It's really good. Even if I do say so ourselves,
really,
but
really good. So it's about giving members a reason to act now before they miss out on something really special. Fantastic. So to talk about holidaymakers, we spoke about members. Yeah. We have spoken a little bit about activities, but I just want to talk a wee bit more about them. I think we only spoke about them briefly at the beginning there. So managing those activities, I think, is crucial to driving repeat business, because you can have all of this exciting stuff going on, but if that experience of booking, like you're sitting on the dockside, you're sitting on your lodge deck, you've got the app out, you're all sitting there as a sort of family, and you're deciding, looking at all these cool activities that are going to be coming up. Oh, we could do that. We could do this. We could do that. We could do the next thing. And then the experience of booking it actually ruins the experience of the activity. So how does Miley help the operators, one, maximize the revenue, because that's what we're looking for on this webcast particularly, by enhancing that activity management and getting them excited and getting them going? What sort of things are available?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So My Elite makes the activity bookings to start with, and it does make the management of them seamless. So the app offers self-service, and I think that's people want that these days. People, I mean, like, if you have to phone up and speak to somebody, 9 times out of 10, you're not doing it.
I'm not talking to anyone.
So the app does offer that opportunity. They can view what's available within a date range. of their stay, even beyond. They can pay for the activities if you implement a secure payment gateway. So they can book, they can manage whatever permissions you apply to your activities, they can do through the app. It centralizes bookings, payments, and cancellations, so ensuring that everybody can maximize occupancy rates. I think there must be something in the air today. We're both got frogs in our throat.
Scotland, the sun's out.
If a guest, yeah, if a guest cancels an activity,
Yes.
again, if you allow that to be done via the app, that means that that availability is back with you and it can be resold in real time, which means you're maybe going to fill a space quicker.
Yes.
So you're not missing an opportunity. That's really important too, because you know it's disappointing.
No, it is though, and I think from my personal experience, the swimming pools, I know over the last, it was probably a bit longer, maybe like 5 or 6 years, this real shift to having to book a swimming session, because obviously the site's capacities are now much larger than the pools
Yeah.
will allow for. I think is the reason. So we're probably sure there's some health and safety stuff in there as well. And what you would find is that you'd release all your swimming slots at 9:30 in the morning for that day to try and keep it fair for everyone. Everyone books their sessions, bang on, and then it gets 11 o'clock and they go, let's just go out for the day. Let's go and do something else. And actually, your pool's at capacity in theory, but not in reality. So by giving them that opportunity, I think, to cancel, will actually help both sides. One, it's going to help all your guests and the guests that have booked it, so they're not got guilt. Because if people phone up and going, I just need to cancel my session, I'm like, okay, when is it? 2 minutes ago. Great. Well, now we can't be resold. But if they'd had their app, they'd have just done it on their phone. Actually, we're not coming. We're going out for the
day. I think people do think about that idea negatively, about allowing people to cancel via the app. And I think sometimes you maybe do need to flip it on its head in that way. People are more likely to cancel something if, obviously, a holiday is different.
Yes.
There's some kind
you want to try and retain that a little bit. Can we just move your booking? Can we do this with it? But
and they know that, but an activity potentially, if it's a free activity, essentially, they're not going to phone up and cancel it. Whereas if you allow it through the app, exactly like you say, it can be rebooked again, or even if it's a small fee, or it's, but even if it is free, you're still getting them into the centre. You're still getting them to go in.
It's impacting your guest experience, both sides on that, isn't it? Because they've cancelled, we got to rebook, we're happy. Yes, it's, as you're saying, it's free, so they're not losing out on anything, but it just means that everyone's having a better time.
Yeah.
All for cancellations. That's what. Let the man cancel. That's
within reason.
Within reason. Keep our holidays, please. So we've spent a lot of time talking about activities now, but we've got longer term customers, the holiday homeowners or berth holders, those that have that more permanent relationship with the business. They're going to be looking for something different. These guests are often looking for convenience, services, perhaps more than purchases. I don't know if that's the right word. Amenities, let's go with that. So they're sort of looking for that. So how can My Elite help the operators generate revenue through, I think, if we go down more maintenance requests, boatyard servicing, for our marina folks, how do we get these guests through the app?
Okay, yeah, so holiday home owners and berth holders, that is a mouthful, are the key. The key to boosting revenue with them is obviously they aren't booking your activities as much and upselling, but it's offering the seamless access to your services and your products that they might need. So right within My Elite, again, it's that self-serve thing. So the store feature is a powerful tool for your owners, allowing operators to sell additional point of sale items such as gas bottles, maybe drain downs, owner tickets for whatever, boat cleaning kits, anything like that can be sold via point of sale, and can be associated back within Elite Parks like you do with a maintenance job automatically, or however you handle that. Operators can also add boatyard service-like maintenance packages on the marina side of things for a boat repair. These services are then added to the guest's account with just a few taps. It's just automatic because it recognises that number. So that makes it incredibly easy for your owners and berth holders to do that. And again, if you make it easy, they're more likely to go with it and just add it in. One part of that isn't maybe necessarily making the maintenance job directly, like adding that directly. They maybe don't know what they want. So what we do have within My Elite is requests, and these can be configured to whatever you want them to be. It does work really well with owners and berth holders because they can add a request, and it's more I would like this to be done. And then it comes in, and whether you decide to treat that as a maintenance job or a housekeeping activity or any, you need to contact that person and ask for more information. The Elite Parks does offer you that ability also because it's come straight in via the app. You've got your control set within there. So the request functionality is really good again. It's just, again, they're not having to pick up the phone and ask the question. They can type it in and off it goes, and you may have the answer straight away for them, or you may need to give them some further information, but you've got the initial interaction with them, which is all you need most of the time.
Yeah, 100%. It's making it easy. And if they're looking for maintenance requests, they can upload, or you can decide whether or not they're uploading pictures alongside that. So actually, if you've got a maintenance person that's seeing this coming in, or it's being triaged, however you decide to do it, and actually the picture they've sent is actually quite concerning to you, then you as the maintenance expert can go, that's concerning, I'm going to go to that now. Where I think a lot of the time in the past, what people will pick up the phone and go, it's an emergency, and the maintenance all go running down, and the kettle's not working. I'm just, as an example, it's not. But by them being able to request that back and forth, and particularly with those owners and berth holders, their investment in your business is much larger than potentially a holidaymaker's would be in a one-time purchase. So you've got a £120,000 lodge, a £300,000 boat. I mean, I saw a boat at the weekend. I'm obviously in the market for super yachts. £2.5 million.
Yeah.
If you've got a £2.5 million investment, you want to make that as easy for that berth holder to go, or the captain, who it might be on that behalf, would go, we need this fixed, we need this looked at. Here's a picture, and it gets sent and it gets looked at, just to get those sort of things repaired. So by using the store and integrating maintenance requests, we've got can easily upsell. And not in a way that means something to them. Makes it easier to capture that additional revenue, who have that ongoing relationship with your business. Actually, another good upsell, looking at parks just for a minute, with winterization packages, because they always forget. So you ping them a notification, are you winter ready? And then they can book that in, and you can do whatever you need to do off the back of it. But it just gets it in front of them as a reminder. And then drain up. So if you know you've got the season starting to come back in, you can ping them if they've not got their drain up booked in. Ping, ping, ping. Let's get those booked in. So very briefly, we spoke about the store, but I just want to talk about this a little bit more. So what role does the store play in actually driving additional revenue from items, so things that we can actually purchase, and how can operators use this feature to create upsell opportunities from the store?
Okay, so obviously the store in My Elite functions as the digital chandlery or the digital shop, essentially. Think about it like that. So where guests can purchase a variety of items such as their gas bottles, accessories, antifreeze, drain downs, even bike hire, anything that is part of your till, essentially, you can add to the store.
Right.
So what sets My Elite apart, though, is it's not just about the transaction. It also integrates with the workflows, which I just sort of touched on earlier, to ensure that the purchases can be delivered, for example. So a gas bottle, you want a delivery date. It works. It does that within My Elite, which is a really big thing on parks, as you know. And then again, when a berth holder buys a boat cleaning kit, it can automatically trigger a maintenance request for a delivery direct to the boat. So you've got
Perfect.
It creates that seamless and convenient experience for the guest. Obviously you're upping your revenue, they're getting a nice and easy experience at the touch of a button. So
Fantastic.
and moreover, since purchases can be set for delivery with these integrated workflows, operators can ensure a smooth and timely service. Again, it's win-win for both sides, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing that.
Fantastic. Right. So we've spoke about all our things, but there's actually something quite important that's going on in the background. That's cash flow. So
Yeah.
let's talk about payments. It's all good saying we're going to get them out, but one cash. So Miley obviously offers integrated payments through secure gateways. I'm going to try and remember off the top of my head. We've got Travalis,
Opeo,
Opeo.
Pay, Sage Pay, World Pay, Global Pay,
Yeah.
Stripe,
Yeah.
Marinas.
Marinas. It's not Travalis. Travalis is POS.
Marinas, yes.
There we go. Well,
Yeah,
well done for you remembering it. I didn't say I was going to try. I didn't say I was going to succeed. So, wait, so how does getting these streamlined payments help to improve cash flow? And on the back of that, reduce admin overheads.
Okay, so yeah, by centralizing payments within the app, guests can settle their bills directly through the app. So whether that's a booking, an activity, a purchase from your store, even outstanding invoices, even payment on account. So you've got a lot of options there, and that reduces the need for an operator to manually chase payments, saving time, improving your cash flow. Again, you can incorporate a cheeky wee discount, like I just said. You know, if you pay this by this date, you've got whatever, or you pay via the app, you can get a discount. And the app allows operators to track all payments once in place, ensuring there's no missed payments. It's much more efficient way to handle revenue collection, so the guests can pay on their own terms, and you as the operator can focus on providing that beautiful experience that we've been talking about, rather than chasing the payments and the balances. You can kind of have My Elite be that for you.
And if you know you've got like those regular invoices, if you've got your service agreements are all coming up for payment, you can be like, listen, these are coming up to be all on your account, or all these invoices have landed on your owner or birth holder accounts today.
Yes.
What can you log in and pay them? So you're getting them and they can pay all in the one place. So they can see the invoice, they can do it. It's just making it easier, isn't it? So,
and they can do multiple things at once as well. It's, you know, it's not a one at a time scenario. You can handle everything. They can, again, you're making it easier for them. They don't have to phone up. They don't have to speak to somebody. If they can just push a button, off it goes.
Fantastic. Right, Lisa, I'm putting you on the spot. If there's one, now let's try for one, right? If there's one key piece of advice that you'd give operators looking to maximize revenue with My Elite, what would it be?
I think it would be, and you probably noticed, just to fully embrace personalization that My Elite has to offer. You know, it's not designed, we don't want it to be what we tell you it's to be. Play with it, make it yours. The more tailored you make that to your guests, the better experience they have, the more likely they are to use it. My Elite allows you to create the upsell opportunity that feels natural and valuable. Tried to say two words at once there. You know, whether you are suggesting the upgrade to your bookers, or suggesting an activity, or even a late minute deal that's come, you've thought this weekend, oh, I need that to go out. Personalization is the most powerful tool that you have within there, and it's going to increase the revenue, but it's also going to entice your guests probably to come back as well, because again, it's that relationship you're creating. They're getting that premium experience. They're feeling like they're important to you because you're taking the time to reach out to them. It's like your booking journeys, isn't it? But you've got it within the app at a click of a button. So really make the most of your articles and announcements and that branding. Really make it your own. It does say My Elite, however, it's not. It's yours. It's yours to do with whatever you want.
And if you just take a minute, I think, just to think about how much time we actually spend on our phones.
Yeah. I think I heard something the other day. I can't remember where I heard it, but it takes the average
Was it
person
TikTok?
11 seconds. It wasn't TikTok, but 11 seconds in the morning to pick up their phone.
Mm-hmm. So you've got to be
Which
there
is,
within that first 11 seconds.
morning.
Morning, how's your day going? Come spend some time with us. But it's absolutely true. Websites are obviously have their place, but people are on their phones all day long. So you need
Yeah.
to start meeting them where they are, I think is what we'd say to that. So for operators who might still be on the fence, I think, nah, not for me. How do you think Miley can transform their approach to revenue generation in a way that a traditional system or a method couldn't?
Okay. So, in my opinion, I can't sit for everything, but I think what sets My Elite apart from traditional apps
Mhm.
is that it's not just about managing the booking or the activity. It's not just about the operational side of it, the mechanics, if you like. It's about turning every guest interaction into a revenue opportunity and an experience. And that's a whole new level that you're getting of revenue generation. And it's a whole lot of practical functionality in there too. But we'll not go into that because it's the revenue side of things. But with My Elite, you're not just responding to the guest needs, you're almost anticipating them. You and almost shaping them, if you like, as well. You have the ability to make that happen with the real-time offers, a very highly personalized experience, ensuring that upsell feels relative to who you're marketing to. So that will boost your revenue naturally. Traditional systems don't give you that kind of insight or flexibility. They don't traditionally help you proactively increase your revenue
Yes.
at every touch point of the guest journey. And that's what we've tried to do with My Elite.
Yeah, it's either a function or it's a rev gen. It's not a
Yeah,
function and a rev gen.
yeah.
Um, and we need to blend those parts together for us. So we're actually nearly out of time. We're nearly very much out of time. Actually, we have been blethering for for a long time now.
You did
Um,
invite me. You
so
should have known.
you are not coming back. If you do have any questions, please feel free to submit them just before we finish off. You can do it through the Q&A or come and join us as you wish. So as we're going to wrap up now, as we wrap up today's discussion, what's the one thing operators should take away from this webcast about using My Elite to transform the business? And you might be repeating yourself a little bit from what we spoke about,
Yeah.
and I'm quite
I think
excited.
the one takeaway probably is that My Elite is a holistic solution that not only drives revenue, but
Mhm.
enhances the guest experience. I've probably said that about 50 times today. I apologize. It is designed to balance both business efficiency and your guest satisfaction. So it's kind of thinking on two sides of that fence, which
Mhm.
is quite rare actually when you think about it. Most are designed either one way or the other. For operators, My Elite offers powerful features like your real-time upsells, managing activity bookings, seamless payment, allowing you to maximize revenue at every point. So yeah, it's about driving that long-term loyalty as well to your guest, with that personalized experience. You want to create that. You want to create people to come back time and time again. And again,
100%.
actually, just thinking about that, you've got your people that always come maybe to the same unit, the same time, the same year. You get them onto My Elite, you maybe are opening up the doors to an upgrade or a different path or something that they've maybe not tried. So you think about it like that. I would really encourage people, even if they're not sure where it could like, speak to your account management, have a chat. Um, Even if it is just literally a chat to see where this could lie. We're
Yeah.
all very excited about it.
Yeah.
We're all more than happy to work that through.
I think that's a really good point actually, is that you don't have to come in and go like, I want a demo, I want to see it. You just need to have a
Yeah,
conversation with your account manager or whoever you're working with at Elite, whether that be one of the wider team as well, and just have a conversation around, I've seen it, I want to know how it works for me. Our
yeah,
account managers know your business. They work with you all the time. Your sales team work with you as you're going through the process. They're going to have a really good understanding. So just ask the question, what can it do for me? And they will
yeah.
be able to guide you through that. And then
And
if you
just
want a demo, we'll be
oops,
here.
Yeah, I was going to say just one more thing to add to it as well is that you don't have to go all or nothing. The beauty about it is that it all is in within your control. You can go module by module, you can go customer type by customer type, bit by bit, little bit by little bit. You can turn things off and on when you want to start or feel comfortable using them. It's not everything has to go in one go. You can, and we do have customers that do that, that roll it out steadily, because it could be a big change. It could be the first time that you've ever tried an app within the
Yeah.
business and you want to start slowly. We have some operators that will start with just a core group of owners, or whatever. You've got that opportunity. Again, the flexibility is totally within your hands.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for joining us today on From Connection to Conversion, Driving Revenue with Miley and Lisa Alexander, Product Manager to the Stars. I hope this session has given you some valuable insights into how Miley can actually be used to not only help maximize the revenue, but also enhance that guest satisfaction to ultimately drive your long-term success for your business. Not short-term fix, long-term strategy. That's what it's all about. So if you're ready to take your park or marina to the next level and start leveraging all of those features, you, as we said, reach out to those account managers or your sales representatives. I'm sure they will absolutely look after you to make sure that you're getting the right level for your investment and what you need. They're here to help. So thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But for just now, look at us. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and we will see you all very soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.